Hey people, thank you for being with me today. We are continuing talking about spiritual warfare, and I want to make one point very clear over the next probably 2, maybe even 3 days, that there are some battles you don't have to fight. I remember sitting in a meeting, in a community meeting a while back. The community had called this meeting. Some guy who was anti us in a certain way called this meeting, and in public he lied to everybody about our Genesis organization. And I was sitting next to a young man who was on our internship program, and as this guy was talking, I was getting more and more angry. I was getting more and more fed up. I was about to stand to my feet and put him in his place and tell him that's not true, when this young man next to me taught me a lesson that I should have been teaching him. And all he said was this: "Hey, Uncle Trevor, this is not your fight. This is not your fight. Let God fight this on your behalf." I wish I had time to tell you the supernatural thing that took place after this, but it was remarkable. God stepped in, dealt with that man, and he was never seen or heard of again. Now, I could have stood there and fought and prayed and got angry and stated for him what I perceived the truth to be. But this young man told me, he said, "Hey, Uncle Trevor, relax. There are some fights that are not yours. They belong to God." Now, there are a number of issues. There are a number of people who experienced this in the Old Testament. One of them was Jehoshaphat. You find his great story in 2 Chronicles chapter 20. And it's about Jehoshaphat hearing that there's a whole bunch of kings coming down and they want to plunder his place. They want to take Jerusalem. They want to steal all his gold. And so he doesn't quite know what to do. And when you don't know what to do, then you do what you know what to do, and you just throw it out to God. And we read in 2 Chronicles chapter 20 that Jehoshaphat did exactly that. After the people, Jehoshaphat appointed men to sing to the Lord and to praise him. You see, the answer to Jehoshaphat's problem was not warfare in a physical sense, but was worship. And he got his men together. They began to sing just spontaneously. And then God said the people, the worship team, must go out in front of the army. And he told them the whole battle plan. But I want to encourage you to go and read 2 Chronicles chapter 20, because he prays the most magnificent prayer that I haven't got time in this short devotion to read to you. But on the basis of that prayer, Jehoshaphat moved forward. And when he got to the battleground, the enemy had already been dealt with. Now I think about that in the context of our lives. People, we don't have to fight every battle. We just have to fight the good fight. We have to fight the right fight. Don't fight the wrong fight, because that could get you into more trouble, make you angry, bitter, and unforgiving. So choose your battles. Now, I said this a week or so ago. Choose your battles. If there's a battle that you need to fight, you'll know that it is. But if there's a battle that is way beyond your control, like this battle was, Jehoshaphat, he had a good army, but nothing to contest with the one that was breathing down his neck. And he committed it to God, and he said, "Lord, I'm going to go and have a good night's sleep right now, and I'm going to leave the battle to you, and our people are just going to worship." Now, worship is powerful, people. It seems innocuous, doesn't it? It seems strange that just spending time worshiping God and telling him how great he is, and reflecting on all the attributes of God. Because when you're confronted with the great attributes of God, and you really are confronted by them, worship is a natural instinct, a natural reaction to meeting God as he really is. So if your God is too small that he can't deal with your problems, you need to get a bigger God, because the God that we have is able to deal with that. He's able to take your battle. He's able to take your fight. And he's able to do what you could never, ever in your wildest dreams do. So if you're fighting a battle right now, and you look at this and say, "I'm not to blame for this. I'm innocent in this," and know that to be true, that's got to be true. If it's not true, then you may need to do some work on it. And then stand back, worship God, focus on who he is, and watch God do what only God can do. That's the first incident. I have another great one for you for tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.